Namaste. Welcome to this Saturday, no, it's not, it's Sunday morning slow flow class in aid of this peace in Ukraine. That's what we're practicing for today. So we're going to start today with in a standing up position. So if you take your feet nice and wide apart, so whatever feels best for you. I like to be slightly wider than my body, but you could be more narrow, particularly if you are a slimmer, because slimmer people like more narrow better than those of us who are more athletically built or curvy. So feet nice and wide, a little soft bounce into the knees to let your feet really find the floor. And as you do that, perhaps you can feel that sense of contact. Maybe it's the first time you thought about the soles of the feet today. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself to steadiness in the center with that firm sense of grounding. We're going to lift from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. Nice little engagement across the belly muscles and gently twist from side to side. And just do what comes naturally to your body today. So we're not looking through this practice for any forcing or pushing or pressing. And whilst you might be carrying some discomfort at the moment, nothing in our practice should increase that feeling of discomfort. So if it does, rest out of the practice for a moment and join in again with something that feels better. Here we want to keep that firm support from the feet, the belly, the center of the body, but allow the shoulders and arms and fingers to be loose and relaxed. Allow your head to follow your movement if that suits you. If you get dizzy, keep your eyes in one place and let the rest of the body turn. When you're ready, if you wish to, you can pivot on your toes. This takes the twist into a different place in the body. And it may suit you and it may not, so explore. Always feel free to rest out of anything that isn't for you today. If you'd like to, you can add a little soft bounce in the center, a bounce and twist, softening the knees. Just preparing some of those larger muscle groups across the legs and the hips. And if you'd like to, you can touch your opposite shoulder in front of you and the bottom of the rib cage on the opposite side behind you. And that gives the arms a destination. And perhaps you get a little bit more traction as the arms swing loosely from the body from side to side. Nice. Just notice how it feels to take the weight from one foot to the other. And then when you're ready, you can let your bounce go, simply pivot on your toes. And then bring your feet to steadiness and allow the rest of the body to sway gently back to center. When you come back to your centered spot, reaching the fingertips down, reaching the crown of the head up, finding a little lift in your center, closing your eyes or gazing gently downward. Here, notice the effect of just this one opening practice. Perhaps you have a sense of vibrating energy in the body, a stirring awake of all of those things that are resting and waiting. Notice how you're feeling the sensations in your body. Be aware of those areas that need just a little extra kindness and compassion with your practice today. Notice at least one area of the body that is quiet, peaceful, and at ease. Become aware of your breath. You don't have to change your breath if it's already in a deepened rhythm, that's okay too. Just observing your breath as it is in this moment. Taking your palms and resting them onto the abdomen. Just breathing a little deeper into the body now. As you breathe in, allow the breath to find the space under the arms, the back of the body, the front of the chest. And as you breathe out, slowly releasing the breath. At the bottom of your exhalation, just gently drawing the abdominal muscles inwards to empty fully and completely. Breathe deeply in, relax the belly. Breathing into the sides, the chest, the back. Breathing out a long, slow, deep breath, gently engaging to empty completely. Relaxing the belly to breathe deeply into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Long, slow exhalation, engaging across the navel to empty completely. Doing 2 more in your own time. At the end of this exhalation, relax the arms, bring the chin towards the chest. Take a moment to feel the length down the back of the neck and across the top of the shoulders without forcing the chin down. And then rolling your left ear towards your left shoulder and chin back towards your chest, right ear to right shoulder and chin to chest. If you can, doing this with your mouth closed, not firmly closed, just gently closed. Rolling the head in that semicircle in front of the body. And if this doesn't suit your neck, that's okay. Lift the head and do some gentle head turning or ear to shoulder from an upright position. For those who feel comfortable, you can turn this into a neck circle or a head circle, just lifting that space underneath the chin and the jaw, but trying to avoid taking the head too far back. Going 2 or 3 times in the first direction, completely optional head circling. And when you're ready, moving in the opposite direction as well. Just notice the connections between the movements of the head, the neck, the shoulders, side of the face, chest, back. We'll do 1 more in this direction. Finishing with the chin on the chest. Take a moment in stillness, smile to yourself, and then draw your head upright, opening your eyes if they've been closed, which for many of us, we automatically do. So here in the upright position, just rolling the shoulders a few times. We're actually going to do some more pronounced shoulder rolling in just a moment. So this is just a wiggle, wiggling the shoulders up and down, front and back, and maybe a little rolling backwards and forwards. And just sometimes when we move our heads, we feel it more in the shoulders. So let's do some shoulder limbering specifically. A little softness in the knees. We should by now hopefully be feeling really grounded because the feet haven't moved. So here with the left shoulder first, just gently drawing that shoulder in a circle around the body. You can keep a gentle lift with your belly muscles if that suits you. And when you have done these shoulder circles and they're beginning to feel, excuse me, slightly eased, then you can soften your elbow and make that circle with your elbow instead. So a little bent elbow, a little more space coming here underneath the arm. And after a few elbow circles, we're going to use the whole arm. So a little soft elbow as well here. We don't need a really long, rigid, straight arm. We're just making a windmilling type action with the arm. When you've done a few of these, then allow the rest of your body to move as you move. So open up the whole of the left side of the body. Be very intuitive. Intuitive? Yes, guided by the body in this movement. So the feet are firm, the belly muscles perhaps are quite engaged. And allow yourself to explore the sides of the body, a little spiral, a little forward reaching, backward reaching. And here the head can follow your movement so that you're not holding any part of the body rigid. Enjoy that wriggling sensation. We'll do one more. And releasing the left hand down to the side. Spend a moment in stillness to notice the difference between the two sides of the body. And then we'll do the same thing on the right. So gently rolling in your right shoulder. And notice if it's different from the other side. It's okay if it is. But it's good to notice. When you're ready, you can bend at the elbow and make elbow circles. Or circles with the elbow. I'm not sure that you can do elbow circles as such. There we are. Just beginning to feel a slightly freer, more open movement under the arm. And when you're ready, you can allow the whole of the arm to make this circling motion. Circling with your hand. Beginning to feel perhaps a gentle lift in the center. And when you're ready, you can soften the rest of the body to allow it to join in. Softening the knees, opening the space across the chest, the upper back, the side of the body. Allowing your head to move as you move, nothing rigid. Everything joining in that feels comfortable to do so. We're going to do just one more in this direction. And rest your arm down to your side. Take a moment here in the center just to feel like you're evenly balanced. If you're not, make any adjustments that you need to. And then we're going to bring the fingers together, interlacing the hands. Keep the elbows quite close to the side and just roll your wrists in figure of 8. So she'll come a bit closer so you can see better. So we're doing a little bit of wrist prep. This is the beginning of our wrist prep. We're going to go the opposite way as well, just nice and steady. If I'm going quicker than you would like to go, you go slow, it's no problem. And then here, we're going to bring the hands to stillness, bring the palms of the hands together, and then just roll the backs of the hands and the palms of the hands together. So a little circling of the wrist, keeping the hands connected all of the time. Just getting the back of the wrist maybe a little bit more prepared, and the opposite way as well. Very good. Super stuff. Okay, so from here, we're going to come down to lying on the mat. So you can shake out anything that is needing to be shaken out, and you can come down to the mat in any way that feels good to you. So I am not super cold this morning, so I'm going to come down via a nice deep squat. But for those who would like to just simply come down to lying on the mat, you can do that. It's no problem at all. We're going to start in constructive rest. So with the feet on the floor and the knees up in the air, resting the arms out to the side, and just taking a moment here to allow the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, the backs of the arms and hands to land on the floor, and then rolling the head from one side to the other, just a gentle sway of the nose. Nicely done. Very good. And then when you're ready, you can come back to center. The feet may be quite wide apart. Maybe you prefer them closer together, that's okay. Touch of firmness across the belly and begin to sway the knees from side to side. You're not trying to get into a spinal twist just yet. We're working in that direction, but just easing the body into it on this Sunday morning. When you're ready, you can allow your knees to go a little bit deeper to each side. And then the next time your knees come towards your left, just allow them to rest there for a moment. Take a deep breath in and out. If you need something underneath your knees for support, you can totally use it. And if you feel comfortable doing so, you can reach your right arm out to the right or over towards the side of the head. Wherever your right arm is, allow it to be heavy into the mat, into the floor, and soft and relaxed. Take a deep breath in and out. And then returning the right arm to the right side, firm in the belly, knees back to center for a little sway each way. And then over to the right side with the knees. Again, supporting if you need to. When you get into the position, just check it feels comfortable first. And then if you'd like to do just a little bit more opening, sliding the left arm out to the side or up towards the left side of the head, making sure your shoulder, elbow, back of the hand, all nicely relaxed into the floor. For a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release your left arm down to the left side again. A little firmness in the belly to bring the knees back to center and a touch of a sway from side to side. Very nice. Okay, so here we're going to bring the feet not as close to the buttocks as they can go, but perhaps just a touch closer. Arms can rest anywhere that is comfortable for your shoulders. As you inhale, press your tailbone down and gently open that space underneath the back, also opening the space here at the bottom of the abdomen. As you exhale, press the low back down into the mat, maybe even the bottom of the ribs, maybe a gentle tip of the tailbone away from the floor, just the smallest or slowest perhaps of pelvic tilting. Inhaling, tailbone down towards the floor, opening the space under the back. Exhaling, pressing the low back, the bottom of the rib cage into the floor. And go slowly from one to the other. And this is a really lovely thing to do if you have tight hip flexors, or if you carry tension there. It's also really good if you have a grumbly low back or a sensitive low back, particularly from sitting. When you're ready, return yourself to center. And we're going to bend the knees into the chest, hug them towards you. You don't need to draw them in loads, but maybe just a little gentle easing in and out. And with the hands on the shins or the knees, stirring your knees in circles, going in the same direction to begin with. And then we'll go in the opposite direction as well. Very good. And then with your knees as close together as they go, hands onto the kneecaps themselves, making the smallest possible circle that you can. So really almost indiscernible to anybody looking from the outside. Just having that sense of rocking across the sacral area in the low back and going the opposite way as well. Here, holding onto your right leg, just drawing it perhaps a touch closer towards you if that feels comfortable. Extend your left leg up and roll at your ankle. So you don't have to be directly up and your leg doesn't have to be straight. Going the opposite way. And then keeping the right knee close towards you, engage in your belly, lower your left leg all the way down to your mat. Very nice. Okay, we're going to draw the left knee in, hold the left leg, extend the right leg up, and it doesn't need to be straight, but rolling in the right ankle. Nice ankle circles, doing what comes naturally, going in the opposite direction as well. And then here, holding the left knee towards you, firming the belly muscles, extending the right leg all the way down towards the mat. Taking a moment here in this sort of slightly extended position, and then drawing the right knee in as well. We're going to take the feet and place them down onto the floor. They can be any comfortable distance apart, not too wide, not too close to the buttocks. Rest the arms down by the side, palms facing towards the floor if that feels comfortable, and engage the back of the shoulders and the upper arms towards the mat. And then gently taking the hips a little way off the floor and just giving the hips a little shake if that feels good, or you can gently go up and down into the very lowest of bridges. So doing whichever of these feels best to you. If you're happy up in a bridge and you want to give it a shake, then that's fine. And then releasing all the way down, I'm going to extend both legs with the feet apart. Just wave the soles of the feet from side to side so you feel the thigh bones just rolling gently in the hip sockets there. And then we're going to place the feet on the floor back in constructive rest, knees up, and we're preparing for our first reclining salutation. So here it's a series of movements. We're going to do every movement twice, I think, yes, why not? And we put it all together as a little flow. So we start with the hands down by the side. And here, a gentle engagement across your belly throughout is probably quite useful. So our first movement is to breathe in and reach the fingertips down towards the feet and then up over the body, the arms nice and long, so that the hands reach to wherever they naturally get to, perhaps over the head or perhaps onto the floor. And as you breathe out, releasing the hands all the way back down to the sides of the hips. One more time, breathing in, reaching the arms up and over, maybe gently engaging the back of the head down. Breathing out, reaching the hands all the way back down to the sides. This time, a little bridge. As we breathe in, press the arms, upper arms, shoulders down. Breathing in, lifting the hips up just a touch. Breathing out and releasing down. We'll do one more. Breathing in, curling the buttocks and low back up. Breathing out, coming down. We're going to breathe in here in the center. Breathing out, draw both knees into the chest. Breathe in, release the left leg all the way along the floor. Breathing out, holding the right knee with the left hand, reach the right hand out to the side. And then gently twisting, breathing in, twisting the right knee towards the left, looking to the right, breathing out back to the center. And we can do one more of these, although for future, we'll just do one each side. Breathing in, twist the right knee to the left. Breathing out, twist back to the center. Breathing in, draw in the left knee. Breathing out, extend the right leg. Hold the left knee with the right hand, extend the left hand. Breathing in as you twist the left knee to the right. Look to the left hand if you want to. Breathing out back to the center. Breathing in as you twist. Breathing out back to the center. Breathing in, bring both knees in. Breathing out, feet to the floor, arms down by the side, and we're ready to start to do the whole thing again. Breathing in, reach the arms up and over the head to wherever they naturally get to. Breathing out, arms back down to the hips. And again, breathing in, reaching up and over. Breathing out, hands back down to either side of the body. Breathing in, press into the feet, into the upper arms, lifting the hips. Breathing out, rolling the spine back down to the floor. Breathing in, lifting the hips into bridge pose, pressing down into the feet and the arms. Breathing out, rolling down. Breathing in, both knees into your chest. Breathing out as you extend the right leg. Extend the left arm as well. Breathing in as you roll the left knee to the right. We're doing the opposite side first. Breathing out, return to center. I like it doing twice. Let's do twice. Breathing in, rolling into your spinal twist. Breathing out, return to center. Breathing in, gather your right knee in. Breathing out, extend your left knee, left hand to right knee, right hand out to the side. Breathing in, roll the right knee to the left side, maybe looking to the right hand. Breathing out, return to the center. Breathing in as you roll to the left. Breathing out, return to center. Breathing in, gather both knees in. Breathing out, feet down by on the floor, hands to the side. One more time. Breathe in, reach the arms up and over. Feel the stretch and lift underneath the rib cage. Breathing out, arms down to the side. Breathing in, reaching up and over. Breathing out, arms down to the side. Press into the arms and the feet. Breathe in, lift the hips up, coming up as high as feels comfortable. Breathing out, releasing gently down. A little firmness in the belly, breathing in to come up into bridge pose. Breathing out, coming down. Breathing in, gather the knees into the chest. Breathing out, extending the right leg, the left arm. Breathe in, roll your left knee to the right side, look to the left hand. Breathing out, return to center. One more time, breathing in, a little gentle twist. You don't have to go all of the way. Breathing out, return to center. Breathing in, gather in your right leg. Hold it with your left hand. Breathing out, release the left leg and right arm. Breathing in, rolling to the left side. Breathing out, return to center. Breathing in, rolling to the left. Breathing out, return to center. Breathing in, gather both knees in. Breathing out, release the feet down to the floor, the arms down to the side, and just allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. If you feel that you wish to, you can extend your legs and maybe wave the feet from side to side. Quite a nice thing to do, just to release any pelvic tension here. And then we're going to come from here into our more upright position. So if you feel comfortable rolling backwards and forwards through the length of the spine, you can do that. And if you don't, that's okay. Just roll to one side and come up into sitting. But if you're rolling backwards and forwards, just getting a little massage effect from sit bones to shoulder blades, balancing at the top on your sit bones if you can. And when you're ready, coming all the way up and finding a comfortable spot. I'm finding a comfortable spot so I can put my hair out of the way, but feel free to make any adjustments. I can see there's lots of on-camera adjusting happening at your end, guys. We all need those little moments, don't we? Okay, so we're actually going to do the next part of our practice from the hands and knees position, or basically the hands and knees position. And so if you feel that you need it, something underneath the knees can be quite useful here. Some people just like to scoop their mats in the middle and fold them over, so you've got a nice little bit of cushioning there. And the other thing that I'd like to do is just one more wrist preparation before we start. So when you're ready, you can bring the palms of the hands together, and then using the fingers of the right hand, draw the left fingers back towards you gently. So we're not looking for a super stretchy position here. We're looking for a gentle sense of opening and length across the inside of the right wrist. And you can have your right arm extended if you like, but try to avoid creeping that right shoulder up towards your ear. So if you're doing that, it means you're doing too much pulling, because that's the body's reaction to overstretching, is to create tension somewhere else. So a little softness through the shoulder, through the elbow perhaps, drawing the fingers back towards you. And then when you're ready, bringing the palms of the hands together and doing the same thing on the other side. And people do get wrist discomfort in yoga. We spend quite a lot of time on our hands and knees, but often it's because we don't have this open space across the inside of the wrist, or it's the way we put our hands on the floor that means we don't access our shoulder strength for support. When you're ready, releasing, just giving the wrists a little bit of a shake. So there's a whole video about how to put your hands on the floor for you to explore the right positions. And everybody who's practicing on camera today is experienced. So I'm going to allow you to find your own positions for hands on the floor, whatever suits your body best. So we're going to take the hands to the floor, knees wherever you find it useful for hands and knees, and just begin by pressing the mat away. So you can tuck your toes under if you like. You can have your toes flat, but pressing the mat away with the feet, the knees and the hands, so that you find that you're lifting the body actively away from the floor. And a little lift in the belly muscles as well, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Here we're going straight into our practice. So we're going to start with cat-cow pose. As you inhale, looking forward, maybe lifting your tailbone a touch, glide your shoulder blades down to find that increased sense of open in the front of the body. And then as you exhale, pressing the mat away, scooping the belly in, chin towards the chest. Maybe the shoulders and hips are slightly closer together. Inhaling to open the front of the body with that lifted belly, and exhaling, rounding through the spine. Inhaling back to the center, we're going to draw the left hand, no we're not, we're going to draw the right hand underneath the body a little bit more, so towards the center a little bit more, underneath the head. And then with the left hand, we're going to make big circles. So we're going to let the hips go backwards and forwards as we circle 3 times with the arm on this side. Very good. When you are next lifting your left arm up into the air, pressing it up, and then doing a thread the needle pose. So taking the back of the left hand to the floor, sliding it underneath the right side of the body. You can even take the left side of the head and shoulder to the floor if that feels comfortable. And then we're going to take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and return to center. Recenter your hands so that they're under your shoulders or thereabouts. Tuck your toes, drop your hips towards your heels, and peel the knees off the floor, coming into a gentle dog pose. First dog of the day, so easing the heels, one and then the other towards the floor. We're just trying to find a little bit of comfort in this pose. Maybe gently turning your head from side to side, keeping the belly scooped in. It might help to press the fingertips down a little, but keep most of your weight in the heel of your hands where you've got the strength to transmit that effort into the shoulders. When you're ready, you can come to center, and bring your knees to the mat, and we're going to drop the hips towards the heels, so perhaps untucking the toes and finding the forehead towards the floor for a gentle breath in and out in child's pose. You can sigh out through your mouth if you'd like to. When you're ready, you can come back to your hands and knees position, and we'll do 2 cat-cow poses. Inhaling, opening your chest. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Press the mat away from you. Inhaling, opening, looking forward, scooping the belly in. Exhaling, rounding, lifting. Coming back to the center as you inhale, place your left hand towards your head, and with your right arm, just letting your breath find its natural rhythm, making nice big circles with the right arm, the hips coming back towards the heels a little if that suits you. It's completely optional as a part of the exercise. When you're ready, you can lift the right arm as far up as possible, press the left hand into the mat, and then thread the needle with the right hand, taking the back of the hand towards the floor between the left hand and knee, maybe the right side of the head, right shoulder to the floor. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Coming gently back to the center. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders or thereabouts again, tucking the toes, drop your hips towards your heels, peel the knees off the mat and come into downward facing dog. Pressing the chest towards the thighs, continue to walk your dog or undulate through the legs as much as you would like to. So it might be that you do that for every down dog in our practice today, and that's okay. It's better not to hold it if you are holding with discomfort. And we definitely don't want to press through any resistance in the body. So just easing here. When you're ready, you can gently bend your knees, bring the knees back down to the mat, leave the hands where they are, untuck the toes, and just come into child's pose, maybe reaching the hands a little further forward for a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And when you're ready, coming back to hands and knees. This time we're going to do a little bit more with our thread needle pose. So we'll see how we go. So from our center, nice and firm in the belly, breathing in, looking forward. Breathing out, rounding through the spine, nice cat-cow. One more of these, breathing in. Soft elbows, shoulders back and down. And breathing out. Then taking the right hand, placing it towards the head underneath the body, dropping the hips back towards the heels as you make 3 big circles with your left arm. Very nice. Very good. When you've done 3, reaching the left arm back up and then threading the needle. Taking the left shoulder to the floor if possible. So if your left shoulder comes to the floor, you can reach your right arm forward towards the short end at the front of your mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then replace your right hand underneath the right shoulder and come back to an upright position, upright hands and knees. Tuck your toes. This time, we're going to scoop the belly in, float the knees off the floor, and just hold for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then press the chest back towards the thighs, peeling the heels towards the floor a little, and just see if you can give yourself a little shimmer, a little wiggle here through the knees or through the tailbone. From here up into downward facing dog. And in your downward dog, ease the heels towards the floor and just see if that feels good. If not, then continue to press one heel and then the other, softening one knee and then the other. Keep that active energy of taking the chest towards the thighs, of lifting the tailbone, of lifting the belly muscles. And when you're ready, you can step your feet a little bit further apart on your mat. And this is completely optional. So it might not suit everyone in the class, but for those who've done it before, perhaps, come up onto your tip toes, drop your heels to the right, and keep your hands squarish to the floor, and then bend and stretch the knees. So squatting dog, we'll do 3 of these. 2, nice, just bouncing in and out. And then coming back to the center. And then from your down dog, knees to the mat, buttocks to the heels, resting in child's pose, but this time, see if you can turn the palms of your hands up towards the ceiling so that the backs of the hands are turned towards the floor. They might not go all the way towards the floor, that's okay. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hands flat on the floor, coming back to hands and knees, and we'll do the whole thing to the other side. So from our starting position, nice and firm in the belly, breathing in, opening the chest, looking forwards, breathing out, rounding through the spine, breathing in, lengthening, opening that space underneath the rib cage, breathing out, scooping the belly in, feeling the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing in back to the center, take the left hand towards the head or the space where the head is, and then using your right arm to make nice big circles, let the hips come towards the heels a little, if that feels comfortable to you. Keeping that gentle lift through the belly. When you've done 3 of these, reaching the right arm back up again, stretching the 2 hands apart from each other, and then threading the needle with the back of the right hand between the left hand and knee. If your right shoulder comes to the floor, you can walk the left hand forward. And if not, don't do that. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you place your left hand back down again, place it where it would naturally be, towards the left side of the body, to come back to your hands and knees position. Tuck your toes under, scoop the belly in, float just the knees, maybe a centimeter off the floor for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then pressing the chest back towards the thighs. You can do a little wiggle here if it feels good. And then press yourself all the way up into downward facing dog. See how your dog feels and if it needs a little bit of undulation still, and it might, maybe for the entire class, that's okay. Then doing a little walking side to side. And when you're ready, you can take your feet a little bit further apart, come up onto your tiptoes, drop your heels down to the left side, trying to keep the hands pretty firm, still pressing the chest towards the thighs, a little bend and stretch here, squatting dog. We'll do 3 of these, softly bending the knees and replacing the heels back to the floor. A beautiful stretch for the side of the body. And when you're ready, you can bring the body back to the center, and maybe here, just bending both knees and giving the hips a little wiggle from side to side. Still scooping the belly and perhaps turning the head at the same time. It's not the same as a squatting dog, but it offers a little bit of a similar kind of wriggling. When you're ready, knees can come to the floor. And this time, taking the knees wide, keeping the toes together, releasing into child's pose so that you can get a little deeper to the mat. Maybe even those of you who've not managed to get the head to the floor yet, can bring your head to the floor now. Leave your elbows on the floor, bend the elbows and place the hands on the back of the neck or the upper back or the back of the head, wherever they naturally come to. For a deep breath in
And a deep breath out. Maybe one more like that. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. When you're ready, you can extend your arms again and bring yourself up to your hands and knees, but we're not going to stay in hands and knees. We're coming to an upright kneeling position because we've completed our hands and knees variation of flow, sun salutations or similar. So here, if you need to, you can roll out your wrists again, or you can shake them out. It's quite strong on the wrists, and even if you do a lot of yoga, I find it difficult because I've fractured both wrists, but since I've done that, I find hands and knees the most difficult of the weight-bearing exercises, even more so than handstands or crow pose or anything like that. So be sure to give your wrists a little shake out if they need it. So we're making our way up to standing. I'm glad to see that everybody's naturally done that on camera as well, so that we can practice a sun salutation. And hopefully, as you come to standing, you can take a moment here and notice the effect of your practice so far. So perhaps you can feel that sense of energy in the arms and the legs, across the abdomen, the center of the body, the shoulders. If you need to let go of anything, then give yourself a little shake. So it's perfectly acceptable to do that. You can shake the shoulders, you can shake the hips and the arms, get jiggly. And if you don't jiggle, then just nicely rolling in any direction. And wriggling is just as good, it's just a different way of doing. So today we're doing a classical sun salutation, and that's really because I come from the Shivananda tradition, and where we do the classical sun salutation, but we're going to do it with some added extras, because why not? Why not build on greatness? So if you come to the front of your mat, we will start with Tadasana, with the feet comfortable distance apart, turning the palms of the hands forward and reaching the fingertips down. Allow the soles of the feet to really connect down all of the parts of the foot that touch the floor, the pads of the toes, the ball of the foot, the outside edge, the heel of the foot. And then all of the parts of the foot that are not in contact with the floor, maybe the backs of the toes themselves, and the center of the foot in the instep. Feel the lightness of the body there and feel your lift up from there to the crown of the head. Gently engage through the belly muscles, maybe that space between the shoulder blades as well. Take a moment here to breathe in and out. And then we're going to work together. So breathing in, standing in Tadasana. Breathing out, bringing your hands together at the center of your chest. Namaste. Breathing in, reaching just up, lengthening the fingertips up, finding that lift all the way to the fingertips. And then as you breathe out, soften your knees, fold forward from your hips, reach the arms out to the side like a swallow dive towards the floor. First forward bend of the day, we're going to soften the knees and hang out here for a few breaths. So find your natural rhythm of breath. Relax the back of your neck. Let your knees be soft. And if you wish to, you can hold elbow to elbow and just allow the upper body to be like a pendulum, gently swaying from side to side. If you don't enjoy that, you can also just let the fingertips trail the floor. Or in the center, you can simply wiggle in the backs of your legs, whatever feels most comfortable to you. A little lift in your belly muscles will make this a bit more comfortable for those who find that it is challenging the back of the body. When you're ready, coming to center, placing your fingertips to the floor, doesn't matter how bent your knees are for that, and step your right foot back as far as it goes with your knee down on the mat. And here we're in a lunge, but we just want to take a few moments to make this feel a bit more comfortable than just hanging out here. So if you wish to, you can move your hands. We're going to swing the hips backwards and forwards. And you can lift the toes of the left foot, or you can keep the toes of the left foot down towards the floor, or you can do a bit of both. And there's no need to get your left leg straight, but if you lengthen it to the point where you feel that you're just beginning to flirt with the hamstrings there. The next time your hips are in the back position, just give the hips a little wiggle from side to side. That gets the length down the back of the thigh into places other stretchers do not reach. And then press off the right foot to bring yourself back into your lunge. Fingertips or hands to the floor, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, scoop the belly in, firm the buttocks, look forward. From here, placing the hands flat on the floor, extend the back leg and come into plank pose. Look slightly ahead of your hands, maybe towards the end of your mat. Press the heels away from you, firm in the belly. And then exhale, knees, chest, and chin or forehead to the floor. 8 limb sticks. So when you get down, there's only 8 parts of the body on the floor: the toes, the knees, the hands, the chin, and the chest, or the forehead and the chest. From here, relaxing the whole body flat. Turn the forehead towards the floor to extend the back of the neck. Draw the thighs towards each other, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, press the feet down. Breathe in for a low cobra. Opening the chest, keeping the elbows close to the body. And then from here, you can tuck your toes, come through hands and knees if you need to, into downward facing dog as you exhale. In your down dog, it's not our first down dog of the day, but if you would still like to paddle your heels or your shoulders, wriggle in any way, that is fine. If you prefer to hold in stillness, you can hold in stillness. Wherever you are, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we're gently going to bring the knees down to the mat and step the right foot forward from hands and knees. So don't worry about that too much. We will look at stepping forward for those who would like to, but if you prefer this variation, you can continue to use it throughout the practice. Then here, we're not holding this lunge. We're just going to free the back knee from the mat. Find a little buoyancy between the 2 feet. So rocking your weight backwards and forwards a little, so you can lightly step the left foot forward into your forward bend. And from your forward bend, it doesn't matter if you hinge up or roll up, whichever feels best to you. Breathing in, coming up to standing, reaching the arms up, and breathing out, bringing the hands down through the center of the chest. Release the arms to the side. I probably should have explained that a little bit. So I know that everybody who's practicing live today is experienced, and you've probably got a preferred way of coming out of a forward bend. But just for a moment's pause, let me show. So there are 2 good ways to come out of a forward bend. So you can, from your forward bend, bend your knees, drop your weight into your heels, and then scoop the belly in and round through the spine, keeping the legs really strong to roll up to standing and then reach up. And that's more of a sort of Pilates method where you uncurl the body. Or you can look forward, lifting the belly. Maybe the legs are a little straighter, they don't have to be. Reaching the arms out to the side and hinging up so the back is longer throughout the practice, and that's stabilized for the low back. So either of these are fine, but try not to do something in between the 2, which is where you become more vulnerable. So let us start in Tadasana again. Reaching the fingertips down, palms of the hands forward, crown of the head up, lift through the center of the body, breathing in here. Breathing out, hands together at the center of the chest. Breathe in, reaching only up on this round. And breathing out as you fold forward. Again, it doesn't matter how you get down as long as you choose a way that suits your body. From your forward bend, breathe in, step your left foot back and knee to the mat, and then let your breath find its natural rhythm. Here we're going to swing our hips backwards and forwards. So we're gently lengthening the right leg and then lengthening the open front of the left thigh as well. So you might want to move your hands backwards and forwards. You can always use some blocks underneath the hands here. We talked about this before the class started. You can keep your toes down towards the mat or lift the toes back towards you, or a combination of both is quite good. The next time you bring your hips back, just making a gentle wiggle of the hips from side to side. Remember, you don't need to have a straight right leg here. And that just gets into spaces that other stretches don't quite reach. When you're ready, you can press off the left foot to come into your lunge, fingertips or palms towards the floor, rolling the shoulder blades towards each other. Press into both feet, firm the buttocks, firm the belly muscles, open your chest. Take a breath in here, firm the hands into the floor, and then come into plank pose. Press the heels away from you, look slightly in front of your hands. Exhale, knees, chest, chin or forehead to the floor. Point your toes, let the body become flat, roll the shoulder blades together, lengthen the back of the neck, come into a low cobra as you inhale. And as you exhale through hands and knees, if you'd like to, into downward facing dog. In your downward dog, just easing through anything that needs easing. So if you're holding some tension in your neck and shoulders, turn your head from side to side. If you're still holding tension across the back of the body, and we often have quite deep tension there that takes a lot of preparation and some years often to release. So don't expect it all to disappear today, but perhaps softening both knees and gently wiggling the hips from side to side, keeping the belly muscles engaged, allows the back of the body to soften a little bit more. When you're ready, you can bring both knees down to the mat and step forward with your left leg. So you're in the lunge again at the front of the mat. And here we're not holding, we're going to lift the back knee and just transfer the weight between the 2 feet so that we can lightly, oh, she says, and easily step the right foot forward into a forward bend. Remembering that you've got to choose which way you want to come up. Breathe in, coming up to standing, pressing into your feet, reaching the arms only up, and breathing out, hands to the center of the chest. Turn the palms forward. We'll do a second round. We're going to do a little bit more movement this time. So reaching the fingertips down, crown of the head up, breathing in here. Breathing out, hands together at the center of the chest. As you breathe in, reach up, and this time, if you wish to, firm in the belly and the buttocks, you can open your chest, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. As you breathe out, folding forward, soft knees if you need to on the way down. Breathe in, step the right foot back, knee to the mat as you look forward. And then here, we're going to let the breath find its natural rhythm and just gently lengthen the right leg and then bend the right knee. So press into both feet, firm in belly and buttocks, looking slightly forwards or slightly down if it's better for your neck. Lengthen the back leg, bend the back knee. Very good. Place both hands down on the mat. Step into plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Press the heels away from you. And as you exhale, knees, chest, chin, or forehead to the mat. Point your toes, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, press the feet down, inhale into a low cobra, elbows tight, shoulders down. Exhale, hips up, heels down, or through hands and knees into downward facing dog. In your downward dog, make it a gentle resting pose by keeping it nice and soft, maybe nice and mobile. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Let anything that needs to release go through your mouth. From here, taking the knees to the floor if you need to, or softening both knees and just creating a little bounce so you can lightly step your right foot forward into your lunge. We're going to keep the left hand down, the left knee down, firm the buttocks and the belly muscles, and reach the right hand around the body in 3 nice big circles. Keep breathing and find your natural breath. Very good. And you've done your 3 circles, looking towards the front of your mat. Lift your back foot, knee, and just feel a little buoyant on those feet so you can lightly step the left foot to the front of the mat. Find your forward bend and then deep breath in to come up. And exhaling, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, stand in Tadasana, turn the palms forward, lengthen the fingertips down. Exhale, hands together at the center of the chest. Firm belly and buttocks as you inhale, reach up. If you wish to, open the front of the chest a little bit more. Exhale, folding forward, hands to feet and head to knees. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee to the mat as you open your chest, let your breath find its natural rhythm. Lengthen your left leg, pressing into the heel, and then lower the left knee to the mat. Lengthening the left leg, you can simply hold the lunge if you prefer. Lower knee to mat. Press into both feet and lower the knee down. Then find the hands on the floor, step back into plank pose. From your plank pose, take a deep breath in, press the heels away, firm the belly, and then exhale, knees, chest, chin, or forehead to the floor. Point the toes, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, firm the feet down, firm the belly up, inhale, low cobra. And then exhale through hands and knees, if you need to, into downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here, releasing or letting go of anything you don't need. And then whenever you're ready, you can soften both knees or you can drop both knees to the mat, whichever you prefer, to step your left foot forward. Let your right knee come down behind you. Leave the right hand on the floor. Let your breath find its natural rhythm. Firm belly and buttocks, and then doing nice big circles with the left arm. Very good. Keep the feet strong, the legs working. Nice and supportive for the pelvis. As you look forward, lift your back knee, gently play with the weight between the 2 feet so you can lightly step the right foot forward and find your forward bend. Take a deep breath in to come up. And exhaling, hands to heart. Relax the arms down to the side. We're doing 1 more round, turning the palms forward. Inhaling as you stand tall in Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to heart. Firm belly and buttocks. Inhale, reaching up, maybe opening the front of the body. Exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee to the mat, and then here, allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. Press into both feet. Take your hands to the top of your left thigh, and this might be enough. You might be quite comfortable just in an upright lunge. You might be more comfortable with the hands down, that's fine. But for those of you who are familiar with my classes, we're going to do a little flow that we do in this position quite often. So really firm in the feet, press them into the floor and away from each other. Firm in the buttocks and the belly. We're going to breathe in, taking the arms forward and up. And then breathe out, draw the elbows back and down, like you're making a W shape with your arms. Breathe in, you can even lean forward as you reach the arms forward and up. Breathing out, elbows back and down. Let's do 1 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Very nice. So we were not going to do more than that today because it's pretty full on. So we're just simply going to finish by breathing in, reaching up, and breathing out, reaching down.
Free the back knee, step into plank pose. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Point your toes. Here we're going to do a little bit more in our Cobra position. So forehead down, and take your hands quite wide. They don't need to be wider than your mat, but wider than your shoulders. Press the feet into the floor. Press the pubic bone down to engage in the belly and the buttocks. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other with the head down first. And then when you're ready, press into your hands to come up into a still bent arms, still shoulders down, but a nice wide cobra. And we're gently going to lower down and come up and down 3 more times. Inhaling, pressing down into the feet, the pubic bone, hands. Exhaling, releasing the body back down to the floor. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. From here, placing the hands underneath the body or underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. You can come through plank or through hands and knees into downward facing dog as you choose. In your downward dog, just simply undulating, maybe wriggling, maybe holding still, whatever suits you best. Maybe a little turn of the head from side to side. Maybe soft knees and a little wiggle of the hips from side to side. When you're ready, you can step forward with your right foot either by softening the knees or by taking the knees both to the floor. But when you come into your lunge, lengthen the left leg so that the left knee is off the mat. Leave the left hand down, breath finding its natural rhythm, press into both feet and gently making big circles with your right hand. Nice and firm in belly and buttocks, feeling that beautiful sense of open, lifted, strong. When you're ready, you can look towards the front. Just find that buoyancy across both feet and lightly step the left foot forward to the front, standing in a forward bend for a deep breath in and out here. Then coming up to standing as you inhale, and drawing your hands down to your heart as you exhale. Inhale to stand tall in Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to heart. Firm belly and buttocks. Inhale, reaching up, maybe opening the chest. Exhale, folding forward, hands to feet and head to knees. Inhale, step the left foot back. And here we're going to take the left knee down. Let the breath find its natural rhythm. Press into both feet and take your hands to the top of the right thigh. Find a sense of lift here by drawing the shoulder blades down, or shoulders down, sorry. Shoulder blades are doing a sort of winged, bottom of the shoulder blade coming together, top coming apart. Firm belly, firm buttocks, pressing the feet away, breathing in, reaching the arms forward and up. Breathing out, elbows back and down. Breathing in, you can even let your body come forward as you breathe in. Breathing out, elbows back and down. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. To finish, simply reach the arms up. And then reach the arms down either side of your right foot. Lengthen the back leg. Step into plank pose for a deep breath in. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin or forehead to the floor. Rest all the way flat with the forehead on the floor, arms wide. So hands a little bit wider perhaps from the body. Bring the thighs towards each other, press the toes down, press the pubic bone down, engage belly and buttocks, roll the shoulder blades towards each other. On your next breath in, come into that wide armed cobra pose. So here the elbows are still soft, shoulders still back and down. And from here, we're going to do a little twist. So you can draw your right shoulder towards the floor as you turn to look towards the left. And then come back to an upright position and go to the other side. So a little twist, or if twisting is not for you, you can gently sway from side to side like a snake would. But if you enjoy the twisting cobra, it's a kind of pressing up and down as you twist. We're doing 3 to each side, so just one more. It's a lovely way to stretch the front of the body. And when you're ready, coming all the way down towards the mat, hands back onto the mat wherever is supportive for you. Tuck the toes. You can come through plank or hands and knees into downward facing dog. And in your down dog, just taking a few moments to undulate in a way that feels good to you. And this is our last down dog of the day, so make it count. If you wish to soften both knees, wiggle the hips from side to side. You can do a little extended. You can simply hold and rest. That's okay too. When you're ready, you can soften both knees to the mat, or pressing off the feet to step the left foot forward. We're going to leave the right knee off the mat, leave the right hand down, let the breath find its natural rhythm, press into the feet, firm belly and buttocks, and roll the left arm in nice big circles, 3 of them. Super. One more. And when you've done your 3 circles, just finding a little softness between the feet and the legs to lightly step the right foot forward. This is our last forward bend. So we're going to widen the feet, hold the arms elbow to elbow, or if you prefer, turn the backs of the hands to the floor. Keep a little softness in the knees. Maybe sway the body a little from side to side. Relax the back of the neck. Relax your jaw. When you're ready, you can come to center and hold for a deep breath in and sigh out through your mouth. Very good. To come up this time, we are rounding up. So bending the knees deeply, dropping the weight into your heels, scoop your belly in, press into the center of the foot. Let the hands and arms and head hang as you roll the spine upright. When you come to standing, if you're dizzy, simply rest here with the hands together at the center of the chest. If you're not dizzy, breathe in, take the arms out and up, lift your chest, look up and bring the palms together, and then draw the hands down to the center of the chest. Relax your arms, step your feet a little bit wider. Just take a few moments to land in an upright position. Perhaps here, closing your eyes for a moment or gazing gently in one place. Observe the effect of your practice. Perhaps you can feel the difference in your heart rate, your breath rates, areas of comfort or release in the body, areas of warmth and strength. When you're ready, you can bring both hands to the center of your chest, lift your chest a little, take your chin towards your chest. Find a gentle smile, even if you have to fake it. And then, in your own time, raise your head, release your hands, opening your eyes. Awesome stuff, guys. Well done. So give a little shake out of anything that needs a shake. Little dancing shoulders, dancing hips, if that suits you. And we're going to make our way down to the mat for relaxation. So we will do just a little release first, but if you'd like to use a bolster or some pillows underneath the backs of the legs, then you can get them ready. And that's a really lovely thing to do for your hip flexors. They've worked really hard in this practice. So supporting the weight of the legs just allows the hip flexors to really, really relax. You can come down to the mat in any way that suits you, but if you're up for it, nice wide feet and bringing yourself into Malasana, the deep squat. And in your deep squat, you might find a little
shift of your weight from side to side is quite nice. If you prefer just to hold, you can press the elbows into the insides of the thighs. Find a little lift in the chest, shoulders soft, back of the neck nice and long. And then when you're ready, just let your hands support you behind so you can gently plop your bottom onto the floor. And then from here, with the feet on the floor, reaching the hands forward to curl gently down to the mat. When you come down into constructive rest, that is the feet on the floor, the knees up towards the ceiling, just let your arms be nice and wide if that suits you. Find a place where your shoulders feel super comfortable. We're going to start by gently turning the head from one side to the other. Easing any last vestiges of tension out of the neck and shoulders. When you're ready, bringing your head to center and then crossing your arms over, crossing right arm over left arm so that you reach for the opposite side of the body, like you were giving yourself a hug or the beginnings of Tadasana, eagle pose. If your fingertips reach the floor, you can even wrap them underneath the body a little bit. Let the weight of the arms be heavy across the chest. Here, if you wish to, you can make a gentle rocking of the nose from side to side. It won't go far, but it's just a gentle extra release between the shoulder blades. And then a deep breath in and sigh out through your mouth. Very nice. Reach the arms nice and wide again. And with your feet quite wide, just allowing the knees to sway from side to side. If you prefer to do this with the knees closer together or the feet closer together, that's no problem at all. A little control across the belly muscles. We're not looking for a full spinal twist. We're just looking for release. Bring the knees back to the center, and this time, crossing the left arm over the right arm, over the body to give yourself that hug. If your fingertips reach towards the floor, you can wrap them around your body. Maybe have a sense of gently lengthening the back of the neck if that feels good. Allow the arms to be heavy on the floor, on the chest, and the body to be heavy on the floor. Maybe a gentle rock of the nose from side to side if that suits you. And then a deep breath in and sigh out. Very nice. Release the arms out to the sides again, just briefly. Make any movements with your head or neck that feel good here. And in your own time, you can gather your knees in towards you. And with a hand on each knee or underneath each knee on the back of the thighs, perhaps moving the knees in circles. And you can circle together and apart or both in the same direction, whatever feels best to you. Just feel like you've got the opportunity to massage out the low back. We'll go the opposite way as well. And then when you're ready, just preparing for relaxation. So if you do have something to pop underneath your knees, that's great. Or the backs of the legs. And if you're using something like that, just be sure that you've got your heels still on the floor. So for Shavasana, that is our relaxation pose, that is really quite important as a point of grounding for the body. So feel free to fidget to get yourself in place for as much as you need to. And I would recommend for most people allowing the arms to be really quite wide from the body. Remember, you're not in a yoga class. You don't have to take care of other people on mats around you. You can take up as much space as you've got in your yoga place. So nice wide arms. Feel the backs of the shoulders can release down with the palms turned upwards. And if that really doesn't suit your shoulders, then try a different position. Perhaps with the hands resting on the abdomen if you prefer. Allow your feet to be quite wide, toes falling out towards the sides. Nice and cozy under your blanket. When you arrive in your final position, closing your eyes and bringing your body to stillness. Take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. We're going to repeat that 3 more times. A deep breath in. Let go of all of your effort. A deep breath in. Begin to relax your muscles. A deep breath in and surrender your weight down into your mat. Allow your breath to find its natural, spontaneous rhythm and fall into quietness. Take your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften. The space between the eyebrows spreading. The area around the eyes releasing. Your mouth, tongue, and jaw relaxing. Allow the whole of the body to feel heavy, warm, supported, and releasing down. Move your awareness to your breath. Gently deepen your breath, inhaling for the count of 3 or 4, and exhaling for the count of 3 or 4. Inhaling light, energy, and harmony. Exhaling tension, fatigue, negativity. Inhaling light, energy, harmony. Exhaling tension, fatigue, negativity. Inhaling love. Exhaling peace. Inhaling love. Exhaling peace. Allow your breath to fall in this rhythm whenever you're aware of it during the relaxation, softening your body a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your feet by moving your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles in circles. When you feel the time is right, take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good, maybe stretching in a yawn as well. Feel free to ripple your stretch through your body like you were just waking up from sleep. This is called pandiculation, and it is the most amazing way to release tension and from the body. When you're ready, you can bend your knees into your chest, maybe rest them on your bolster if you've got one, or draw them all the way towards you, whatever you prefer. Rocking the knees from side to side or making any other movements that feel good to your spine, your body. Have a sense here that you are containing your energy. So during our practice, our energy moves out from our center through the whole of the body. In relaxation, energy comes back to the center. And in this act of drawing the knees towards the chest, we contain that energy in our center from which to draw on anytime we need it, but so we don't lose it unnecessarily. When you're ready, you can roll to one side, take a moment. It doesn't matter which side you're on, go wherever it's most comfortable. Take a moment on your side just to give yourself the opportunity to come round slowly. There's no hurry. In your own time, come to a comfortable upright position, whatever that means for you. We're going to rest our hands across our hearts and just take a moment to think of the concept of peace and perhaps love as well. But thinking of the concept of peace and whatever that means to you, hopefully in our practice we have started the vibrations of a more peaceful self. And everybody we interact with today and in the coming week will be able to sense that inner peace. Perhaps will cause a ripple through our homes, our communities. And of course, those ripples of peace spread far throughout the whole world and into the universe and beyond. So be contented in that knowledge that you are the center of the peace around you. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for creating a little bit of extra peace in the world, which we so need right now. I hope you enjoy the rest of